Hello, hi, what is up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to have a little sit down and just give you guys an update on my marathon training because it's going really well so far. I'm sure there'll be bumps in the road along the way, but for now I have a really positive update for you guys and I want to kind of bring you through what my plan is for this year and how I am doing it. So I am training for 2 marathons this year. I have signed up for the Gold Coast in July and the Sydney Marathon in August. And my goal for the Gold Coast Marathon is to get a new PB. So last year I ran the Vancouver Marathon in 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I am aiming to beat that one, which even saying out loud is a really good thing for me because I guess there's like a little bit of belief that I can do that, because when I did the Vancouver Marathon last year, I was aiming for a sub 4 and I did not say it on social media. I told my friends and family, but I was really scared and I think I was really nervous and I didn't know if I could achieve it. So I didn't tell anyone. So I think for me to even be saying this already so early on in my training is probably a good thing because I guess I have a little bit of self-belief in there, but it is scary at the same time. So yeah, my goal for Gold Coast is to get a PB, and then my goal for Sydney is honestly just to sit back, relax and enjoy it. Sydney is one of the world majors this year, so it's kind of exciting to be a part of that, and it's meant to be a gorgeous route. Like obviously you're running over the Sydney Bridge, you are ending by the Opera House, like pretty cool thing to do. So my aim for that one is just to enjoy it, take my time, kind of take it all in and just have a little bit more fun with that one. But that being said, if I don't PB in Gold Coast, I know I'll probably push towards a PB in Sydney. I think Sydney is slightly harder route, but we'll have to just go with the flow and see how that works out. So yeah, obviously it's probably feels a little bit early on. It's only the end of February, start of March right now. So I do have a good few months of training before I go into the race day. But the biggest mistake I made last year was doing too much too soon. So I have approached this year with a total different approach of slow and steady wins the race, like building it up really slowly, really focusing on my prehab and just slowly building that distance on the legs. Last year I came in way too hot. I didn't really, I don't know, it's not like I didn't listen to my body because I always felt good, so I just kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing, and I'd say by week like 6 I was already on like 22k in my training. So I definitely did like too much too soon, and then I got injured. So we want to totally avoid that this year, and I would much rather do it slow and steady to prevent any injury and hopefully run a pain-free whole training block and marathon is the goal here. So yeah, just a little update, I guess, on what I've been doing up to now. And the first thing I have done is hired a coach. And I'm telling you, that has lifted a lot of weight off my shoulders. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to my own programming, I overthink it so much. I always think I can be doing more. I always think I should be pushing more. I always just like feel little things in my legs and be like, okay, hamstrings are weak, need to crush those hamstrings. And I definitely do have that approach of like just doing too much. And I don't know, I guess I just kind of put that pressure on myself of you can always be doing better, whereas getting a coach's help for me has taken so much pressure off and weight off my shoulders because I can just trust the process. And it takes the thinking out of me. Obviously, I'm an online coach. I program all day, every day. So it is nice to just take the thinking out of it and just trust the process, tick off my boxes and show up for myself and get those done. And just kind of adding to that trust, I have worked with Coach Sean before. He helped me get rid of my knee pain last year and run a pain-free marathon. So the trust is definitely there. I know that he knows his stuff. I know that he can get me the results that I want. So yeah, I think a lot of it is just taking the pressure off, having someone else to trust, and also the accountability. Like I said, I definitely have a habit of pushing when I shouldn't be. So it's actually really important for me to have someone to tell me no. I don't know, it's just that accountability again. I want to be able to ask someone, should I do this or not? And if they say not, then I'm good. Yeah, no problem, I'll take the break. But for some reason, when I'm on my own, I won't listen to those little thoughts. I will just be like, right, keep going. You can do better, like keep pushing. So yeah, I think there's definitely a couple of reasons why I got a coach, but overall it's just great to have the thinking out of it and just have that more confidence in myself and in the training. So I started in kind of like mid to late Jan, and honestly that was just like about getting back into it. So I have been traveling for like 6 months, and obviously my training regime has not been there. There hasn't been a lot of structure. I have been running when I can, but honestly haven't ran past a 5K in a long time. It was just kind of like slow, steady run to exercise and feel good, but there was no real kind of like purpose behind it. And if anything, I definitely felt all my runs were getting worse. But hindsight now is that I was in very high climate countries. Like I was running in like 30+ degrees and I was exhausted. The speed was not there. I was going so slow. I was feeling so exhausted. So I definitely have just been feeling a bit crap about those runs. Like the last couple of months, like coming out of the end of 2024, even into 2025, I was like, my runs have really dipped. Like I am not feeling strong. I'm not feeling confident. I'm just wrecked every time I go for a run. And so yeah, January was really just getting back into my rhythm, getting back into my routine. And the temperatures have finally dropped here in Melbourne. So it's crazy the difference in my runs already just from that temperature drop. So yeah, the confidence has kind of come back there. Basically, the running, the heat was exhausting on the body. I was so slow, whereas now that it has decreased the temperatures, I am kind of back running at a good pace again and a comfortable pace. And yeah, definitely just feeling good overall about my runs. I guess that kind of brings us into my like real marathon training. So I would say phase 1 was like easing into it, testing out the waters, and now it's like a bit more specific, a bit more focused. And yeah, I would say like real marathon training. But unfortunately, with the goal of getting a PB means I actually need to get out and do my speed sessions and get sprints on the legs. And they are tough. I want to get fast, so I need to work fast, but it's so hard. I like would honestly pick an easy long run any day of the week. Like I would run 15K happy, listening to my music, nice and slow and steady, like just enjoying it. Whereas the speed sessions are so tough mentally and physically. And I've definitely been procrastinating them. I am like thinking about them going into my week, knowing I have to get them done and kind of dreading it. And sometimes I've even been like walking around the house for honestly like an hour. But the good thing is I still get them done. So what I've actually started doing is getting the worst one out of the way first thing on a Monday morning, because otherwise I'm dreading it for the whole week. And when it's just over, out of the way, I'm like feeling really accomplished, I'm happy, and yeah, it's obviously out of the way. So my training block right now consists of 3 runs a week. I am doing an interval run, hill sprints, and a long and easy run. They're all equally as important right now because they're all doing a different thing for me right now. So the long easy runs are to build distance on the legs, to build mileage, and to get my body used to being on my feet for long periods of time. The speed sessions obviously are my big goal for the marathon, and this is what's going to get me faster, but they are tough. So I have interval sessions, which basically means I am pushing a hard pace for a kilometer I'm doing at the moment. So I'm doing a kilometer warm up, a kilometer push times 5 with a 3-minute break in the middle, and then a kilometer cool down. So I'm pushing a hard pace for a whole kilometer. I'm trying to hold on to that pace for a kilometer, and yeah, it's not always easy. And then I have my hill sprints. So I'm doing them in the gym at the moment on the treadmill. I'm going at an incline, and we have 60-second pushes, 40-second pushes, 20-second pushes. So again, very, very hard. You should see me. I'm literally dripping in sweat. Like there's sweat like dripping off my nose and my chin. But we gotta work hard. But what I will say about them is that they're all slightly getting a little better. So the first like week, I was like, these are torture, these are painful, these are just really tough, like lots of kind of like, I guess, negative thoughts around it. But this week in particular, and last week and this week, I really noticed a difference in my pace, and I'm holding on to that pace like a little bit easier, or it would have been like my 10 out of 10 effort, and now it's like my 7, 8 out of 10. So I'm really seeing the difference already in just a couple of weeks. Like I'm probably doing this about 5-6 weeks. So to see the difference in my pace already is really cool, and it's really motivating me at the moment. So to see me getting easier on my feet and going that bit faster has been rewarding, and yeah, it definitely is giving me good motivation this week to just keep pushing through on everything. I'm currently running probably the fastest I've ever ran. My slow easy runs are still super slow and easy, but my interval runs in particular, I'm really after surprising myself with how I am holding on to that pace. So I'm really happy with that so far, and I'm excited to keep pushing. I'm sure I'm going to hate it some days, but right now I'm in a positive mindset towards it. I am enjoying it. That is all the running side of things. Like, of course, marathon training, we have to be outdoors, we have to be running, we need to be building distance, we need to be building speed, I need to be getting those legs moving. But I would really like to stress the importance of the background side of things and your prehab, your rehab, and really working on those weak areas. Running highlights your weak areas so bloody quickly, way more than weight training will ever do. You will notice your niggles and your weak areas so quick. For me, it is my hamstrings, and I definitely would say my tibialis as well. It needs some strengthening. So I am working behind the scenes a lot on that as well. I am going to the gym, I am showing up, I am getting those strength workouts in, I am getting those isolation movements in, as tough as they are, but these are going to be detrimental, because if I am not strong in those areas, I am not going to be strong outside either. And if those are weak, they're going to be weak outside, and that's where injuries happen. So you have to have both. I could not stress enough. It is not enough to just get out there and run. You need to be building strength behind the scenes as well. So really felt huge benefits of that. It's been really rewarding seeing everything improve already. So seeing my speed increase already has been great. Of course, that is the goal for me. So it's been great to see that change already, and to see myself getting stronger behind the scenes as well in my weaker areas in my lower body. I've just been really enjoying the process so far, and I'm sure there'll be other parts to this marathon training block that I'm probably hating, but for now, it's been really positive. It's been rewarding, and I will say I've been super consistent. I have not missed a workout. I have shown up and given my best shot to all of these workouts, even on the days that I really don't want to and the days I'm really procrastinating. So that is going to be a huge part of marathon training, is that consistency. So yeah, stay tuned, and we will, please God, get that PB this year.